ready to do another recipe, and this time we are going to modify a Campbell's soup recipe that I found online. They call it Southwest skillet. They didn't add any of the onions and red peppers, and I just think those go well with the other ingredients. So we're going to be adding some onions and some red pepper, and pretty much otherwise we'll stick kind of to the recipe. And they called it Southwest skillet, so that's what I'll call it. Maybe, and it can be used for like a dip with tortilla chips, or just to eat on its own. So what we have here is I got some corn, an onion, very large, 2 red bell peppers, some beef consomme Campbell's, 2 10.5 ounce cans, 1 large 28 ounce can of Rotel diced tomatoes with green chilies, 1 large Bush's, let's see how many ounces, 27 ounce of kidney beans. Now I'm going to rinse and drain these. We'll be putting some chili powder in. We're going to use instant rice, not minute rice, by the way. I was looking, there's 2 different kinds of rice in a box, and you want instant rice because we are not going to cook this rice. We just put it in at the end, remove it from the heat, put this rice in at the end, and it's already cooked, so it'll basically like freeze-dried rice. It's going to rehydrate and be ready. So there's no cooking with the instant rice. What else do we got? And obviously 2.5 pounds of 93% lean beef. So first thing I need to do is chop up these vegetables. So I'll get busy on that and I'll be right back. Okay, there's my vegetables all chopped up. Let's get those into the pot. Let's go ahead and throw our corn in there. And this is an 14.4 ounce of frozen corn. Let's put that on high, maximum. So we'll get that covered. I'm just going to let that cook down for a little bit, and then we'll do our beef, add our beef to that. I'll see you in probably about 10 minutes. Okay, I've been cooking that on high for about 10 minutes, just giving it a stir every now and then. So let's get our hamburger in there, or ground beef as some might call it. Alright, we'll just continue cooking this until that meat is all browned up. And I'll see you then. Okay, I've been cooking that for about 10 minutes. Approximately every 3 minutes I just came in and stirred that to break up that ground beef into nice fine chunks. And it's cooked up pretty well. So let's just turn the heat off on that just for now. Let's get my bowl over here. I want to drain that fat off. Alright, that's pretty much drained. Put that back in there. Alright, so now we're going to put 2 tablespoons of chili powder in there. 1, 2. We'll add our soup and our tomatoes. Now the tomatoes we're going to not add undrained. We're going to add it juice and all. Oh yeah, that's looking good. And we're going to add our kidney beans that I rinsed and drained. Let's give that a good mix. I'm going to add another tablespoon of chili powder to that. So it's 3 total tablespoons of chili powder. So now we are going to bring that up to a boil. Alright, that has come up to a boil, so now I'm going to put it on low, about medium low on my inductive heater here, stove here. Put it on medium low. We're going to let that simmer for 10 minutes. I'll see you in 10 minutes. Okay, that's been simmering for 10 minutes. Let me stir. Smells delicious. So let's turn the heat off. I got 1.5 cups of the instant rice. Let's stir that in. We'll put the lid on that, and we are going to let that sit for 10 minutes with no heat. So I'll see you in 10 minutes. Okay, that's been 10 minutes. Let's see how that rice came out. Did it do its job? Oh yeah, that looks good. So let's get my scale on. We're going to put 2.5 pounds per tray, and I'm looking for 3 trays. And you'll notice I'm putting the liquid on there too, because that is all flavor for when we reconstitute. Alright, I'm going to take some cheese, grated cheese, and sprinkle that over the top while it's still hot. Alright, I'm going to take my divider and cut those into 10 portions. Alright, 2 more to do, and I'll be right back. Okay, there we go. 3 trays. And I got a little bit left over here. Probably a bowl full, and that's probably how I'll eat it. But you can eat this straight in a bowl, wrap it in a tortilla, which would be good, or use it as a dip for corn chips, which would be good. But we're going to package it for eating in the bowl. And if at the time of opening them I happen to have some tortillas or learn how to make tortillas, we can wrap some in the tortilla or have some corn chips and dip them in that. So I'm going to let this sit and cool down before I put it in my freezer. And that's just going to melt that cheese a little bit more. And next time you see this, I'm going to freeze it solid in the freezer. And then we'll fire up the freeze dryer, transfer it from the freezer to the freeze dryer, freeze dry it, and next time you see it, it'll be coming out of the freeze dryer. I'll see you then. And there we have it. My Southwest Dutch oven, and all dried, about 40 hours worth. A little bit more because of my schedule. So I'm anxious to get this packaged up and doing my taste test. So we're going to make 10 pouches, and I got 30 squares. So we're going to put 3 squares per pouch. The cheese looked really good on the top there. Alright, so let me just get busy with this. What I'll do is get these all packaged up. Like that. And give it a little crush so it fits in the bag better. Then I'll come back in each one of those bags and pop in a 300cc O2 absorber, reseal it, do a heat seal on them, and then we'll do a taste test. Let me get busy on that and I'll be right back. And there we have it. We have 10 pouches sealed up nice and tight. We're going to turn this off, let this cool down, and then I'll come back and do a taste test. I'll see you then. Okay, it's time for dinner. So let's have some of this Southwest Dutch oven. That's what we got on the inside. Check out that O2 absorber. What I have here is a cup of hot water from my Keurig, and we put 3 squares in there. So we're going to start out with 3/4 of a cup. Let me find that on there. Yeah. 3/4 of a cup of water. Because in my reconstitutions, pretty much one of those squares normally takes about 1/4 of a cup, give or take. Alright, so I'm going to seal that shut. And I'm going to leave that sit. I guess it's a little mix. I'm going to leave that sit for 2 minutes and I'll be right back. Alright, there we go. That's the first 2 minutes. Let's open it up. Then a mix. Looking fairly good in there. Let's see how that's coming out so far. Oh yeah, it's gonna be good. Zip that shut and let that sit for 2 more minutes. I'll see you in 2 minutes. Alright, that's perfect. That's another 2 minutes for a total of 4. Give this one more stir. Looking nice. Consistency looks about right. So this is a single meal pouch that I get from topmylar.com, and I love these. I buy these by the case. So if you go to topmylar.com, they are offering my viewers a little special of if you spend $50 or more on checkout, you can use promotion code BIBS, B-I-B-S, and you'll save $5 on that order. Something very kind that they are doing for me, and I really and you, the viewers, and I really appreciate that. But we're gonna dish it out so you can see what it looks like. Check that out. Oh yeah. That tastes delicious. If I were in an emergency situation or camping or whatever, I'd eat that just like it is. But we're at home. I got some tortillas, so we're gonna make us a nice little burrito, or 2 or 3 with that. I'm gonna get out my tortilla. I'm gonna put probably about 1/3 of that on there. I'm gonna try and get 3 out of this. Then I'm gonna sprinkle some lettuce on that. Rabbit food, as my dad would call it. And we're going to put a little bit of salsa, paste salsa on that. Now, before I wrap that, I'm going to get a nice picture of that for my thumbnail, like such. Well, let's wrap it and see what it tastes like. Oh yeah, it's going to be good. Came back beautifully. That is delicious. Well, I'm not going to draw this out because I want to get my brother in here and he can have one of these burritos. So I'm going to finish this off camera. But I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time.